kind of been drifting my whole life.
Hey, new guy. Are you okay?
At Christmas time, I can see evil. I slipped from Billy into something else.
So you're crazy. I'm gonna figure out what's going on in there.
Had no idea.
What?
Naughty.
Santa is always watching. Naughty boys get punished.
All is calm. All is bright.
They found the body. The person who did this, he was dressed like Santa.
Bad people.
Need to be punished.
Billy?
Don't forget who you are and what you do.
Okay, who's excited to meet Santa?
So welcome back to the SWAU's official channel. I'm Bryan, your host, and what a guest we've got. He has faced serial killers, tackled intense drama, and now he's taken on the holidays in the most terrifying way possible. Joining us to talk about his latest role in the upcoming Christmas slasher, Silent Night, Deadly Night. Please welcome the awesome David Tomlinson. David, welcome to the show, sir.
Thanks for having me, Bryan.
Oh, do you know what? I watched this film 2 days ago, and I, believe it or not, I'm not a massive fan of horror. Ever since I was a kid, it ruined it for me. Ever since I watched Stephen King's It with Tim Curry, that was it. No more for me. So I watched this film with open eyes, thinking, what am I going to think, make of it? And I tell you what, I loved every second of it. I don't know if the floodgates have opened and now I'm a horror junkie, because this film ticked all the boxes, and we're going to discuss your role and what that means for the audiences. But we're going to start off with the first question. So Silent Night, Deadly Night, as an iconic place in Hollywood horror history. What was your first reaction when you learned that you're going to be part of this franchise? Because it is a remake.
Right. Well, when I first auditioned, I try not to look too much into all the auditions, because I don't want to work myself up. I just kind of do my thing, and then if I get it, then I kind of figure it out later on. But yeah, I kind of figured it out when we were on set. That it was a big deal, that everybody loves the original. And it's kind of like a cult classic. So, yeah, I was very excited to hear that.
To be fair, I have never watched the original, so I don't know if to watch it or not.
I purposely didn't watch it. No, I purposely didn't watch it because I didn't want to, copy anybody or, imitate somebody's whatever they did in the original, right?
Yeah, but, exactly.
I've watched the original since. It's great.
Is it? Yeah, it came out in 1984, so I would have been 5. So that's probably why I didn't watch it when I was a kid, because I am sure that if it's anything like this remake, it's probably not for kids. Because don't let the Santa Claus, I'll bring up the poster, the Santa Claus on the poster fool you. It is not a family Christmas film. But tell us about your character, because without spoiling anything, because I'm glad to say that speaking to you for the last couple of minutes, you're far from the character that you play on screen, and you play your character so well. But if you could describe who Max is and how does he fit into this chaos of Silent Night, Deadly Night?
Right. Bryan, really all I could say, Max is a police officer in town, in this small town, and he's contending to a brutal series of murders that are happening around the holidays. and I play Ruby's ex-boyfriend. Ruby plays Pamela in the movie, and let's just say Max isn't all that he seems to be.
And it's such a great character because literally, you know, the moment that you see your character on screen, there's something not right. There's something you think maybe, and obviously it develops throughout the film. And this is one of these films that, you know, with any interviews, I suppose it's very hard to get the story across and how, you know, amazing this film is without spoiling anything. I mean, the trailer is out, and the trailer shows some gruesome activities, but with this film, this is, you know, from the creators of Terrifier, which I've got to say I have never seen, because I've got a massive phobia of clowns since watching it when I was a kid. I even got invited down to the premiere of, I think it was Terrifier 3, to, you know, interview the cast and the director, but I said no because I didn't want any clowns to be around. Honestly, I've got this unbelievable fear. So how, you know, what can all audiences expect from this movie? How much do they push the barriers of this film? I mean, compared to, say, like the Terrifier movies and other slasher movies?
I think it gives every slasher fan what it wants, but I think it's a mix of a bunch of things. Like, it's also a Christmas movie, which is kind of cool. You know, it has a lot of elements of even some romance in there, but it's got a very good storyline, very original, you know, reimagining. It pays tribute to the original, but it has its own kind of really good take to it.
And I didn't realize how much of a cult following holiday horror movies have, because we all, you know, think of Die Hard as a Christmas movie. I don't know if you agree. Do you feel that Die Hard should be a Christmas movie, or is a Christmas movie?
Yeah, I do, because everybody, you know, like Home Alone, Die Hard, everybody watches around the Christmas time. I think this will be one of those for the horror fans. Like Christmas horror movie.
Exactly. Do you know what? I've always wondered to myself, pick a really classic Christmas movie like Home Alone, and then give it a bit of this twist of this movie. How awesome would that be? Can you imagine Macaulay Culkin fighting off zombies that are coming into the house instead of robbers? But when you got this role, you know, it's a great cast, a great director. I mean, what was the first thought that was going through your mind on how to prepare for this character? Because, again, without spoiling anything, this character is multi-layered. I mean, what is your process in you know, starting from page to screen?
I think you just really just gotta use, you know, maybe your own experiences in some way, or your own kind of, you know, whether it's good or bad, you know, bring your kind of yourself, a little bit of yourself into it. And you know, it's just, yeah, I mean, it really, I wish I could tell you, but there's so, I gotta hold back, you know.
This is like one of those interviews when at the end, when you ask the guest about what are they working on next, and they're like, well, I can't really say because of all these NDAs. I mean, I have got coming onto the show next week Mike P. Nelson as well as Ruby. So one thing that Mike actually messaged me today about was to ask you, what did he say? Ask him about the nose scene. See, we're not spoiling anything, really, because no one knows, but what can you share about that, and why did he say ask him about the nose scene?
Well, look, if he said that, then I could talk about it. Oh man, that's going to be one of those scenes I think people are going to remember, because it's pretty gruesome. Pretty gruesome.
I have seen it, and it is pretty gruesome. I mean, being on set around all these practical effects, because it was all practical. I just think it's just astonishing on how much they've achieved. What was it like being on set and seeing all that blood and all that gore, in person?
Oh man, they did a great job. I still can't believe how real some of it looked. Yeah, I mean, hats off to the makeup people and the crew involved in that. But no, it's really cool to see how much time and effort it takes to make it look real.
Yeah, and what we see on screen is absolutely astonishing. And what are you most excited for? Like, is there a particular scene that you can sort of tease that you're excited for fans to actually see you in?
See, they're kind of they're keeping me out of a lot because they don't want to spoil anything. Like you said, Max is not all that he seems to be. He's something's up with that guy, and you're just gonna have to see it, I guess.
I mean, there is a scene
I
with
wish I could tell you, Brian. Really?
Yeah, I mean, there is a scene with you and Pammy, and the way that you're acting around her, I think is very sort of, I don't know, animalistic and very sort of, dominated and creepy, and it's something that puts tingles up your spine because it's something that you wouldn't necessarily want to see. And again, I'm skirting around the scene, and I can't wait for people to see you in that. I mean, were there any particular practical effects or scenes that really shocked you? Because this film is very shocking in places.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, mainly, Rowan's scene with, there's this one scene, you can see a bit of it in the trailer, where he's just on a slashing fest with all these people all at once, but, it's pretty intense. For me specifically, yeah, like you mentioned, the nose scene, I think is pretty gruesome. I think it's going to be remembered, as it's like I'm very limited of what I could say here.
And towards a certain part of the film, there's quite a few kids. And I mean, did you observe, the kids? Because, for me, when I was 8 years old or 9, I thought Santa Claus was the most magical thing alive. So, what things were put into place to protect these kids on set to not like sort of lose that disbelief, or were they all like Hollywood actors where they know it's all fake?
Oh yeah, no, they're very professional. They're very very talented and trained, and I think they just know what to expect for a horror movie. But yeah, everything was done very carefully because they are kids, so you gotta the Mike and everybody, they did a great job of just kind of making them feel safe on set. So yeah.
And did you, I asked all my guests this, did you keep anything from set as like a souvenir?
I didn't, because I wore one thing in the whole movie, just my uniform, and I didn't keep that, no. But yeah, I wish I could have kept something. I mean, yeah.
You should have. You earned it. You definitely earned it in this film. I can't wait for people to watch this. This is on the 12th of December that it's coming out in cinemas in Canada and the US. And for anyone that's going to watch, and expect a romance, they might be surprised. If they're going to watch a slasher movie, they will be very pleased. But I cannot wait for people to watch this. But I wanted to ask you some more questions, which you'll probably be able to answer freely without without any
Okay.
worry whatsoever, which is when I was researching you and your career, you didn't take a traditional drama school route, which I think is incredible, but also awesome to hear because you learn actually mainly on set. So
That's right.
how did that shape the actor that you are today?
Oh, well, yeah, you're right. I didn't go to any fancy school or anything. I just kind of learned from doing student films, just doing all these free projects, not getting paid, one student film to the other, built a demo reel out of that. And then I didn't even have an agent at the time. And then, showed them that. And then I got my first agent and then did some more short films and got another agent out of that and just kept building my way up. And then I got Fellow Travelers, I would say, is my first real big role. And that was amazing because, it got nominated for a bunch of Emmys and I was happy enough to be a part of the first episode. And then, I did a Lifetime movie with, it was great. So it just, some people, but there's nothing wrong with, going to like a theater school or something, if you can, right? It just wasn't my path.
But you know what? There are so many actors out there that followed. Well, you followed in their footsteps. So Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, Johnny Depp, all didn't have like the formal training. They actually learned on the job. And I'm a great believer in there's one thing learning in a classroom, but then you've got to put it to practice. And I think that a lot of people, because I've got a lot of friends that went to RADA and Lambda in the UK, and a lot of them have said is that it's all good and well learning in the classroom, but when you get onto set, it's a whole new kettle of fish. And it feels like you're going backwards and you've got to retrain yourself. So it's really refreshing to hear. And it's obviously not doing bad for you because you're doing really well. I mean, looking back at your first student film, Prior, is that how you're pronouncing it, Prior?
Priya, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what's the biggest difference between the David then and the David now that's starring in films?
Really no difference, honestly. I feel like I'm the same, just did my thing then, doing my thing now. I don't overthink it. I just kind of try to make it as real as I can, like a real life. No, I mean, again, I've always, if I had to do it all over again, I'd do the same thing. But, I really respect people that go to drama school too, because that's a lot of hard work that they endure, but personally for me, I'm not crazy about being in a classroom full of people doing it. I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going straight to the set, even if it's a student film, right? Learn from that way.
Exactly. Why go shopping for hours on end when you know what you want, so you go straight to it and get it? Don't waste any time. That's the way I look at it. I mean, when you, when you're working on all these projects, have you had someone that you've worked with that's maybe giving you advice or something you've learned from that's really stayed with you?
Well, again, I haven't had much training, to be honest. I don't really have really any acting coaches at all. I just kind of do it all myself. But, Matt Bomber was really, really good to me when I was working with him on Fellow Travelers. He gave me a lot of great advice. And the executive producer, Ron, he was great too. And the director, Dan. But no, I mean, again, I don't really have any mentors, just kind of just, I give everything I got to it. This is my entire life is this. And I just give, I guess the difference between me and somebody else is I just care so much about it. And I give everything I have to it.
I mean, just circling back to Silent Night, Deadly Night, I've always wondered, when working with directors, what's the one piece of direction that Mike gave you that you felt most useful during filming that film?
I just keep it simple, and I ask Mike, like before each scene, if I'm not sure about it, I'll like my approach is like I come prepared. I know what I want to do, and if he wants to correct it or direct me in any way, then I'll go with what he says. But if I'm not sure about something, I would just ask him, what is he thinking right now? What is Max thinking? And then that's really the only question I ask.
And I'm really excited for everyone to see Max. But apart from that character, what characters really excite you as a performer? Because Max is an awesome character, but what is it about a character that really gets you excited about going for that role?
Oh, well, I like playing characters that they say one thing, but they're really thinking something else, at the same time. A lot of complex things going on. Like you might be saying one thing, but you could see it in their eyes that they're thinking something else. I really like that.
And is there any, stars out there in any shows currently that you would absolutely give your left arm to work with?
Oh, well, I was just watching the show The Beast in Me on Netflix with Claire Danes, and I think his name's Matt Rice or Matt. Have you seen it?
No, not yet, but I like Claire Danes. She's awesome in Homeland.
Yeah. Anyway, Claire Danes is great too. Like his character would be a character I would love to play. You'd have to watch it. It's great.
Right, that is on my list. And then talking about horror, because obviously you're here to talk about Silent Night, Deadly Night. Would you consider yourself a horror fan, or are you quite? Yes. So what is your favorite, apart from the film that you're in, coming out very soon?
The Shining, for sure.
Which one?
The Shining. The Shining.
Really? Oh, do you know what? Such a good film. Have you seen Welcome to Derry yet, the series?
No, but I know it filmed in Canada somewhere.
Yeah, so that's actually got a connection to The Shining, that show,
right.
One of the characters in it. But The Shining is so good. I mean, what do you think is the hardest part about acting, in horror? Do you think it's the physicality, the intensity, or keeping a straight face when you're being
for me? That's what I love. That's actually like what I love. That comes more naturally to me than like lighthearted type comedy or something lighthearted is actually very difficult for me to do. I'm more geared towards the horror thriller.
But this is what I like about the film. They've got some funny parts in it, or I could be just really sadistic. I found there's some hilarious parts in Silent Night, Deadly Night, and I did find myself cheering quite a lot of the time, especially towards the end. Which people will have to watch because again, I don't want to spoil it. I mean, if you had
there's a lot of comedy. There's a lot of comedy in there, which is great because I think comedy really matches well with horror in my opinion.
Yes,
you got to have a bit of comedy in there.
Yes, but they reckon that if people enjoy slasher movies, I read somewhere that they could potentially be a psycho. I don't know if that's right. And if that's the case, I'm happily one because I think the flood doors have opened. But if you could describe...
Could be a little true. Yeah, a little true.
Yeah, I should get my wife to watch it.
Everybody has a little bit of psycho in them.
Yes, of course. It keeps us going. But if you could describe Silent Night, Deadly Night as a Christmas present, what would be inside the box?
I just think there's because Mike did a great job of honoring the first movie, with its similarities. But people who watch the original or don't even know about the original, both of them, I think, they want to see stuff from the original, but they want to see something like a fresh take on it. And that's what it did, because it's a Christmas movie, it's a horror movie. Like you said, there's some comedy in there, there's some romance in there. It's very intense at a lot of times. So if you get a mix of all that, it's a good movie.
And if you had to, and we're talking about David now, not your character Max, if you had to face a horror movie Santa in real life, what would be your strategy? What would you do to survive?
Oh man, I wouldn't do very well in that situation. I think it'd be like one of the clown situations where I'd be like one of the kids.
So basically, are you saying that you're on the naughty list, David?
Maybe.
Oh no!
Maybe.
And then talking about Christmas, I can't believe we're talking about Christmas. This year has gone so fast. Have you got any traditions that you do personally around the holidays?
Well, I do actually watch a lot of the same Christmas movies. That's why I think this movie is going to be great, because it'll be one of those things people will watch every Christmas time, which is great.
And what's your other Christmas go-to films?
There's actually one with Seth Rogen, and it's kind of like a comedy, like a dark comedy they do around Christmas, and they...
is it where they're all in the house having a party and it's like the world's coming to an end? Yeah.
That's a good one. Jingle All the Way, I think, was hilarious, with Phil Hartman. He was hilarious in that. And Arnold Schwarzenegger. Obviously Home Alone. I've seen it so many times. It's like, but Die Hard. Trying to think. The Scrooge with George C. Scott was really good. I like that one.
Yeah.
What about you?
Do you know what? Every single year for the past 10 years, no lie, I've said to myself, I need to watch It's a Wonderful Life. And every year, and no lie, it's like something's against me. I will press play and something will happen in the first 10 minutes that I've got to stop watching it. But I have got like a guilty pleasure, which is Hallmark Christmas movies. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's my age. I don't know if I'm just a hopeless romantic, but there's something about Hallmark Christmas movies that are just, nice. You know what I mean? It's like you get wrapped up nice and warm, get a hot, glass of cocoa, and enjoy a Hallmark movie. But do you know what,
like
David?
Guilty pleasure.
Yes, definitely. I mean, you've got so many projects coming up in the new year. And you're going to be in Cross as well, which I think is awesome, because I loved season 1. I've interviewed a few people from season 1 and love the show. But you've got War Machine, Psycho Killer, as well as Cross. I mean, what does it feel like to have such a packed slate of exciting projects coming up? That must be crazy.
Yeah, I know, it's exciting. I'm very grateful for everything. Like I really started from ground zero, the bottom, doing the lowest of the low, stuff, and then now I'm grateful enough to have these opportunities, and I'm very happy.
And what's your end goal? What is it you want to achieve in your career? I mean, is that looking too far ahead?
Well, all I can do is just give everything I have to it, and take it from there.
Well, if you keep on going the way that you are, definitely from this film, I can't wait to see all the other things that you're in. And I know people are watching going, yeah, but we didn't know, you didn't find out more about him in the film. Well, you need to go and watch the film. You need to watch it on the 12th of December, and you'll understand why we can't give too much away because this film is packed from the beginning to the end. There is a party scene, which I thought, this film couldn't go any further. And then there's a party scene, and I just thought, wow, okay. And that was when I was cheering someone on at the time. And it's a great film. Honestly, I love this.
I'm really happy you liked it, man. It means a lot to me. And yeah, I'm very excited for everybody to see it.
Can't wait. 12th of December. David, thank you so much for coming on to the show. And I'm sure we'll catch up again in the future with all the amazing, projects that you've got coming out. But thank you so much for coming on to the show.
Thank you so much, Bryan. It was great talking to you.